My name is Hunter McCarter, and growing up, I'm sure everyone has heard about pirates, mostly associating them with strong, powerful men with an army of pirates behind them, but that hasn't always been the case. Women haven't only just recently been making statements, women have been doing it for centuries, and some might say that they are doing it better than men, and Ching Shih is a prime example of that. So it's no secret that several of the most renowned pirates in history have been women, but while the Western Hemisphere saw the likes of Anne Bonny and Grace O'Malley, the Eastern Hemisphere had, among others, Ching Shih. Of course, it's unfair to limit Ching to the Eastern Hemisphere because as long as there was water for her ships to float, she went as she pleased. It's never been determined what Ching Shih's exact birthday is, but the year she was born was 1775. Her birthplace was Guangzhou, which is currently the capital of the Chinese province Guangdong. The first time that Ching Shih made history was when she married Ching Ai, a notorious pirate. Excuse my audience. A notorious pirate who was actually following a piracy tradition in his family. Such was Ching Ai's power and reputation that he gave himself a royal moniker. To be fair, who was going to object in his face? Before she met Ching Ai, Ching Shih was actually working as a prostitute under the nickname Shi Hing Ku. Why Ching Ai fell so hard for her that he married her was very unclear. Some say she was just that good looking, and others say that her resourcefulness as a great partner is what won him over. Either way, the two were hitched in 1801. Interestingly, the brothel where Ching Shih worked was actually a floating pleasure palace. In Chinese culture, it was called a flower boat. It's not known just how many pirates took orders from Ching Shih at the height of her power, but the number is estimated as being between 20,000 to 40,000 people. Ching Shih had no intention of being eye candy on her pirate hubby's arm. When they first got married, it was clear that she would have 50% control of his stuff, and she was definitely an active partner in Ching Ai's piracy. Over the span of just a few years, Ching Shih and Ching Ai assembled an enormous fleet of various pirate ships who would normally be competing with each other. These included various members of Ching Ai's family. By 1804, the Red Flag Fleet, as it was called, was the biggest pirate fleet ever seen in China. In 1807, Ching Shih's husband, Ching Ai, died while he was in Vietnam. Ching Shih managed to win over the factions loyal to Ching Ai, including his nephew and cousins, to secure command to his fleet. One important figure in Ching Shih's life was Ching Po Sai, with whom she would have a long-lasting intimate relationship with. He served as her second-in-command during all the major battles that she fought as the leader of a pirate fleet. In other instances, Ching Shih made Ching Po Sai the chief captain by proxy. She would give him orders, and he would repeat the orders to those pirates who wouldn't take orders from women, so they would listen to him. But his relationship with Ching Shih was more far dynamic than just being her right-hand man. And just a fun fact, in the Pirates Caribbean, they mentioned a Mistress Ching, and they were actually referring to Ching Shih. That's how well-known she was. Under Ching Shih's direction, the Red Flag Fleet launched itself against coastal towns all across China. Any resistance was put down, people were held for ransom, tributes were demanded, and any forces sent by the Chinese government were defeated in battle. Ching Shih and Ching Ai had two sons together, Ching Ying Shih and Ching Hyung Shih. Little was known about them, but we can only assume that they took the family business. Ching Shih's career as a pirate queen came to an end in 1809 After an intense series of battles with the Portuguese Navy, surrendering to the Portuguese, Shih was then offered a deal by the Qing dynasty in China. If the pirates surrendered their weapons, amnesty would be granted to the thousands of pirates under her command. She had decided that she had enough fun over her 2 years as pirate queen and accepted the deal to keep her wealth and position. Ching Shih and Ching Po Sai would be married for more than 10 years in 1813. They would welcome their first child, followed by a daughter, and their descendants still live in China today. Based on the huge numbers of pirates that Ching Shih commanded in her day, and the fact that she managed to retire and live peacefully after her pirate career, it's been accepted by many historians that Ching Shih was the most successful pirate in human history. After years of taking on the Chinese government and East India Company and the Portuguese Navy, it might have baffled some people to think that Ching Shih died peacefully, but that's exactly what she did in 1844 at the age of 69. And she opened up a gambling house in Macau with her wealth that she had gained over being a pirate. And she really lived a low life after she had lived a very powerful life. And whether Ching Po Sai was originally Ching Sai's adopted son or her first husband's ex, she ended up marrying him. So it's kind of awkward situation. And she still got involved after she retired with all the big fights going on in China and everything that she could get involved with. But in conclusion, she lived a great life that many people would never even think about living. And in my opinion, she has one of the most interesting lives of a female that I've ever heard about in my life. Thank you.